I'm 27 with 2 degrees but unemployed, living with my family. I feel more and more useless every day and feel irritated at the fact that I can't have my privacy, but this is my fault, and I brought this to myself. I'm literally so scared to go out and interact. I'm hopeless and I don't know how to get back on track. I think about ending my life every day. This video is for anyone out there who is going through something like this or similar. And a lot of people are right now. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And this comment was in response to a video called Unemployed, Single, Living with My Parents. And there was a ton of comments of men in their mid 20s, late 20s, early 30s, living with their parents, unable to interact with people, no friends, completely alone, completely broke, lost, and depressed. And I was in a very similar situation in my early 20s. And I want to offer some advice that I wish I would have known when I was in that situation. And just to give you a little bit of context, I was absolutely terrified of that nightmare not ending. I thought that I was going to end up in my 30s living in my parents' house. And that is the reality for a lot of men out there right now. So I hope that this really helps. And once again, just don't lose hope. Whatever you're going through, just don't lose hope. You have to, first of all, get your mind right. Now, the funny thing about getting your mind right, getting motivated, getting out of that state of sadness or depression, the crazy thing about that is that I would watch some motivational videos and I would be inspired and motivated, and they would say never give up and this and that, but it would only last for a few minutes. It's like, yes, this guy's right. I got to keep going. I got to never give up. I'm ready to just keep moving forward. So I'm ready to take that step forward. And I didn't know what step to take, in what direction. I didn't know anything. I just didn't know anything. I did know that I didn't want to go to school for 8 more years and get myself in student debt to then have a 9-to-5 job somewhere else. I didn't want to be part of that. And I also didn't want to be working some minimum wage job. So I just didn't know what to do. And I knew there had to be some other choice. And I knew there had to be something in which I can actually have freedom and not just work all the time just to pay bills, because over 90% of people are doing exactly that. They're working all the time, but they don't have money and they don't have time. And a school degree actually leads to a 9-to-5 job anyways. A lot of people that go to school, they can't even find a job. And those that do are miserable at their 9-to-5 job. Not 100% of people, but a great percentage of people. So for anybody that is going through this, I'm going to once again tell you something that I wish I would have known back then. And here it is. And it's part of the comment. It's part of the comment right here, because he said that he was terrified, scared of interacting with people. So this is the key right here. Your ability to talk to people and influence people is extremely important. And you're going to have to learn how to do that for many different reasons. And one of the very important ones, of course, one of the most important ones, they're all very important, but you got to learn how to make money. And in order to make money, you have to learn how to express yourself, how to influence. Because without that, you're not going to be able to make much more than an hourly rate that will keep you stuck in the rat race. Assuming that you're not like Justin Bieber or LeBron James with a God-given talent, assuming that you don't have that to be a celebrity, right? Then you're going to have to do something in which you provide value, right? Now, hear me out. Over 97% of millionaires and billionaires are involved in sales and marketing. everything is sales. People are terrified of the word sales, but sales is talking to people. Sales is influence, and you have to learn that skill. For money, for women, for communication skills, for friends, for everything, for your social life, without your ability to influence people or have conversations, then you're not going to escape that shithole you're in, because that's what got me out of it. And first of all, what got me out of it, and it's really the only way, in fact, unless you're going to be an inventor of the next advanced piece of technology or something, it's going to take communication skills. It's going to take a skill set in order to be able to escape the rat race. So I can't emphasize that enough. And there are so many opportunities in which high school students with no school degree, right, just straight out of high school, they are making $10, $15, $20, $30,000 a month or more from sales, and there is no experience required, no degree, no bullshit. You can do this. But the reality is that I found out that a lot of people won't do it, not even for 20, for 30, 50,000 a month. They won't do it for any amount of money because they're terrified of talking to people. And if that's you, I can empathize with that, because I have also gone through some very tough times where I wasn't very good at talking to people and I was terrified. But that's part of life. You have to face your fears. You have to take a step forward. And that's what it's going to take in order for you to escape the rat race. I hope this is helpful. I don't feel like I'm being extremely helpful, because it's difficult to get through to somebody when they are completely blocked off. And I have met so many people that are blocked off to opportunities because they have this negative association with talking to people. So, a lot of people are talking about unaliving themselves and how alone they are and broke and depressed. And this is genuinely the only way. You're going to have to learn how to influence people. You're going to have to learn how to talk to people. You're going to have to learn how to express yourself. One of the biggest fears that we all have, I think I read this somewhere. There's the two biggest fears that we have as humans, apparently, is the fear of heights, like skydiving, for example, right? And then there's also the fear of public speaking. And I have done both. And yes, public speaking was about as terrifying as jumping off of a perfectly good plane. But, it's worth it, man. Life begins outside of your comfort zone. And I wish that, honestly, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. If you want to have a conversation, I wish that I really had the power to just snap you out of it. But the truth is that I can't change anybody. I've tried. I've tried, and I've lost a lot of time, money, energy trying to help people. But I can't do your push-ups for you. That is something that I realize now, is I can't want it for you more than you want it for yourself. And I can't force you to take a step forward. It's completely up to you. But once again, this is something I really wish I knew when I was in my early 20s. Well, no, I wish I would have known this in high school. I would have quit high school and I would have been a millionaire before 21 if I knew back then what I know now. And what I know, once again, just to be very clear, is find yourself an opportunity in sales. Find yourself an opportunity in which all you have to do is build a skill set. Like, that is how you escape the rat race. Run away from the hourly, run away from the salary. Something like YouTube, for example, you eat what you kill. It pays you zero unless you have built your skill set and your audience, and it doesn't happen overnight. Typically it doesn't. So you have to find yourself something that doesn't pay you anything unless you become really good. And trust me, you can do this because you don't know how strong you are till being strong is your only choice. So you're going to have to jump into something that challenges you to build a skill set, and that's how you eat. You eat what you kill. Trust me, that's the way to go, okay? The obstacle is the way. I hope it helps.